You record a voice memo, you play it back, and you cringe. That voice sounds nasally, higher pitched, almost alien. You wonder, do I really sound like that? But the real answer is far stranger than a bad microphone. That cringe you feel isn't just embarrassment. It's a 300 million-year-old alarm system inside your brain. One that is screaming, "That's not me." Your voice is the most intimate sound you produce. It's the noise of your thoughts becoming physical. But when you hear it from a recording, you are hearing only half the story. When you speak, sound travels to your ears in two ways. First, through the air. Your vocal cords vibrate, the sound waves leave your mouth, bounce around the room, and enter your ear canals. That's the voice everyone else hears. But there's a second path. As you speak, vibrations travel directly through your skull bones to your inner ear. This bone-conducted sound adds a deep, rich resonance. Your brain blends the two signals into a single, familiar voice. That blended voice is your self-voice. It's the voice you know. A recording captures only the airborne sound. It strips away the bone resonance. So what you hear is a thinner, higher-pitched version. Your brain gets a sensory input that doesn't match its internal prediction, and that mismatch triggers an alarm. In 1966, psychologists Holtzman and Rousey first documented the voice confrontation effect. They found that hearing your own recorded voice causes a measurable stress response. Your heart rate increases, your sweat glands activate, your body reacts as if it's facing a mild threat. Why would hearing your own voice stress you out? Because your brain treats your voice as a signature of self. It uses it to confirm your identity. When that signature is distorted, your brain thinks something is wrong. It thinks there might be an imposter. Neuroimaging studies by researchers like Ives and colleagues in 2005 showed that listening to your own voice activates the right inferior frontal gyrus. That's a region involved in self-recognition and identity. Your brain marks your voice as special. It doesn't just process it as sound, it processes it as you. But when the recording doesn't match, the brain's error detection system kicks in. The anterior cingulate cortex lights up. That's the same area that monitors for mistakes and conflicts. It's the neural alarm bell. This alarm is tied to a deeper mechanism. It's called corollary discharge. When you move your body, your brain sends a command to your muscles. But it also sends a copy of that command to your sensory systems. This copy predicts the sensations you will feel. If the actual sensation matches the prediction, your brain dampens the response. That's why you can't tickle yourself. In 1998, Blakemore, Wolpert, and Frith demonstrated this elegantly. When you try to tickle your own palm, your brain predicts the touch and cancels out the tickle sensation. But if someone else tickles you, there's no prediction. The sensation is a surprise. It feels ticklish. The same system applies to your voice. When you speak, your brain sends a motor command to your vocal cords. Simultaneously, it sends a corollary discharge to your auditory cortex. This predicts the sound of your own voice. If the incoming sound matches the prediction, your brain tags it as self-generated. It dampens the auditory response. That's why your own voice sounds quieter inside your head. But if the sound doesn't match, like in a recording, the dampening fails. The raw sound hits your brain unfiltered. It feels foreign. It feels like an intruder. And your brain raises the alarm. Why would your brain evolve such a hypervigilant system for your own voice? The answer might lie in the deep past. Your self-voice is an ancient signature. Millions of years ago, recognizing your own vocalizations was a matter of survival. Many animals use vocal calls to mark territory or warn of danger. A bird that hears its own song knows it's safe. But if it hears a slightly different version, it might be a rival mimicking the song. Detecting that mimicry is crucial. For early humans, voice identity was equally important. Your group lived in dense forests or dark caves. You couldn't always see who was speaking. You relied on voice alone to know if the person was a friend or a foe. If someone sounded like you but wasn't, they might be a deceiver. They might be trying to infiltrate your group. So your brain evolved a sensitive alarm for any mismatch between your expected voice and what you hear. That alarm is the cringe you feel today. It's a relic of a time when voice identity theft could mean danger. Now consider the modern world. You hear your recorded voice constantly. Voicemails, video calls, social media stories. You are bombarded with external versions of yourself. Your ancient brain cannot distinguish between a recording and a real threat. Every time you listen to a voice note you sent, the corollary discharge system misfires. The predicted sound isn't there. The actual sound is thin and foreign. The alarm goes off. Your brain briefly thinks, "That's not me. Someone else is using my voice." This constant low-level stress might be contributing to a subtle anxiety you can't name. It's a biological glitch in a digital age. But there's a deeper twist. Your voice isn't just a sound. It's a cornerstone of your self-concept. Your brain constructs your identity from a continuous stream of sensory feedback. When that feedback is altered, your sense of self wobbles. In a classic experiment, researchers used a mirror to trick people into feeling that a rubber hand was their own. They called it the rubber hand illusion. Altering your voice can do something similar. It can make you feel disconnected from your own body. Your voice is the sound of your internal world made external. To have it sound foreign is a violation of the self. It's no wonder you recoil. Your brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do. It's checking, is this really me? And the answer comes back loud and uncomfortable. I'm not sure. This ancient identity alarm doesn't just protect you from external threats. It also protects the integrity of your own self. It's a gatekeeper. It constantly asks, is this sensation mine? Is this voice mine? Is this body mine? When the answer is no, you feel a deep sense of unease. That's why people who hear their own voice altered in real time often report feeling a loss of agency. They feel like puppets. Your brain needs to own its voice. It needs to own its actions. The corollary discharge system is the neurological signature of ownership. It's a silent whisper that says, "This is you. This is yours." And when that whisper is silenced, a stranger appears. So the next time you play back a recording and flinch, remember what's happening inside your skull. Your brain isn't being vain. It isn't judging your voice as ugly. It's performing a split-second identity check. It's asking the oldest question there is. Who is speaking? And the fact that you cringe means the system is working. It means your brain is still protecting you from imposters, even if the imposter is just a recording of yourself. Your voice is the oldest password you have, and your brain has been guarding it for millions of years. You hit play, you hear the voice, and your brain whispers, "That's not me." But maybe, just maybe, that's the most honest thing your brain has ever said.